The Vertex Slide tool in Blender allows users to slide a vertex along any edge to which it is connected. This tool is particularly useful when adjusting the position of vertices without altering the overall shape or topology of the model. It appears in the same grouping in the toolbar as the Edge Slide tool. And for good reason, since both tools share most parameters and keyboard options. To use this tool, we need to first activate Edit Mode's Vertex selection and select one or more vertices. After choosing the Vertex Slide tool in the toolbar, a yellow filled circle will appear over the selected vertex. This is the Vertex Slide's gizmo. As we drag the vertex, its movement is restricted to a path along any one of the edges to which it is connected. Once we've started the drag, holding down the Alt key will produce an extended tramline, showing the line along which the vertex may be dragged, allowing it to be moved beyond the boundaries of the current edge. However, it is our responsibility to ensure that we don't end up creating an invalid geometry. Once the drag has been completed by releasing the left mouse button, the last op panel appears, offering several parameters. Factor shows the percentage, 0 being 0% and 1, 100%, that we have moved the vertex along an existing edge. However, if we manually change this figure, the vertex seems to ignore the edge we've been moving along and picks another edge instead. This seems like a bug in the software. Even, when selected, should, according to the Blender manual, use factor as an absolute measurement value rather than as a percentage and adjust the position of the vertex accordingly. Again, there seems to be a problem since the move jumps to a different edge than the one originally selected. And when we use slide along the edge favored by Blender, checking even seems to have no effect. Flipped only operates when even has previously been selected. This moves the vertex being moved to an identical distance from the opposite end of the edge it is being moved along. Clamped, which is selected by default, ensures that we cannot enter a value outside the range 0 to 1 in factor, and hence this stops the selected vertex from moving outside the range of the edge it is moving along. Uncheck this box, and we are then free to enter any factor value. Again, watch out for created bad geometry. To do the same when dragging, just hold down the Alt key after dragging has started. Mirror editing and correct UVs will be covered in a later video. In the top left area of the 3D viewport, the Correct UVs checkbox is displayed before dragging starts, but during dragging, the factor value is displayed, as well as the even and clamp settings. In the status bar, Blender displays the keyboard options that can be used during the drag process. B relates to selecting a focus point for snapping and is not really relevant when positioning a single vertex. Control, which inverts the snapping setting during the drag process. What effect snapping has depends on the current settings in the snapping control panel. By default, increment is selected, so activating snapping will jump the sliding vertex in discrete steps. Snapping returns to its previous setting once dragging is complete. Shift tab again inverts snapping, but this time the inversion remains in place when the dragging is complete. G frees the vertex from its restricted movement along an existing edge, allowing it to move in any direction. This then has its own set of key shortcuts, allowing us to restrict movement to a specific direction or plane, as well as offering snapping options. R allows rotation, but is only relevant when more than one vertex is selected. S allows scaling, but again is only relevant when more than one vertex is selected. Hold down Shift when dragging, and the move will be over a shorter distance for a given amount of mouse movement. This may help with accurate positioning in some cases. If we are sliding a vertex so that it is placed over some other existing vertex, switching on Auto Merge will ensure the two vertices are replaced by a single vertex. We can use G or Shift-V as shortcuts to activate the vertex slide operation, but this means no gizmo will appear and no mouse button should be held down as we drag the vertex. A left click or hitting the Enter key will complete the move, while a right mouse click or pressing the Escape key cancels the slide operation.